Welcome to this week's episode of the multiple award-winning Here For It podcast. This episode is brought to you by The Voice. No, not Whitney.
The TV show?
Hell no.
What winners they done found?
Oh, no. They ain't even got no winners on the cast. So Twitter, except John Legend. Is John Legend on it?
He did it before.
Yeah. So Twitter got a little voice note thingy, and the gays took it way too far, of course.
This message is for Rachel. That's what I was thinking about doing one, but I was like, Rachel got enough voicemail, so I'm gonna leave Rachel
alone. The gays took it to the extreme of shaming non-masculine sounding voices.
Oh Lord, justice for me.
Yeah, I thought you would have a lot to say about this subject.
Just justice for me. Okay, tune in to my YouTube. I'm back on the YouTube now, so yeah, tune in. I'll talk about it there, I guess. I might not. Things that matter to me.
In a femme presenting voice.
Woo.
So voice shaming in the gay community, y'all are so bored. Y'all are really, really bored for this to be a thing. Like it was literally a thing that I saw in multiple places. I wish I would stop being this bored about one subject. I wish I would stop chasing the idea of masculinity and just be better.
Bitch, you starting with the life lessons minute 2 of the damn show.
Yeah, because my affirmation is going downhill.
My name is Ronald Matters. Follow me on the internet at Ronald Matters. I am AKA the Kim Kardashian of bottom reform, and I am still your dedicated down low lover.
Is Kim Kardashian the Kim Kardashian of anything right
she
now?
Just signed a $100 million check with Spotify for a podcast that ain't nobody heard one episode of it. $100 million.
Where does Spotify get all this money from? Because they just gave Joe Rogan $100 million to do the same damn thing, and I'm like,
well, at least he got a resume. He got an audience he coming with. But they gave Kim K a damn $100 million, and can she even form a sentence? I like looking at it. I don't like hearing her talk like that. But
justice for Queen Radio. I am the Superman, TheeSupaman, aka the enemy of Condola virus, BKA stay at home trade.
I think that's the title of the episode, Condola virus. Condola virus.
That bitch is a fucking virus. I stand with black women, but on this subject, she's a fucking virus. She saw them people being happy and was like, you know what? I can fuck some shit up real quick and go back. How in the fuck you don't want the man, don't want him enough to be your boyfriend, definitely don't want him to be your husband, but he could be your baby daddy?
Well, here we go, policing women's uteruses.
I'm not policing shit. I didn't tell her she had to get an abortion. I'm just trying to make it make sense.
Well, I do agree. I mean, like, damn, they were just Issa Rae and Issa D on the show, and Lawrence. What's Lawrence's last name? Johnson? Probably. I don't know what his name is.
First name is Martin. I remember that.
Yeah, he do go by his middle name. Look at you, winning $1 million. If that was a fast fact. So they were having a good time, and they were making jokes about the trolley, and it's only been an hour flight, and they're gonna get things back on track. And then he gotta go. She keep calling him, blowing his phone up, telling him she needs to see him. That's how Condola virus spreads.
See, that's how I know she a fucking virus, because all of a sudden her phone worked. Because remember all them times when Issa was trying to get in touch with her and her phone didn't work all of a sudden.
Speaking of Spotify, she was waiting on the Spotify truck to come land, and then she was going to go back where she came from. She was waiting on the Spotify truck.
I am the enemy of Condola virus. I don't care what Issa writes into the script for next season. I'm the enemy of Condola virus. Can't stand it.
Write me down.
Our icebreaker this week is: when was the last time you felt like a bad bitch?
Today at work, actually, especially in my attire. my work clothes, I still dress like it's summer, so I'm still cute. I had on my little Aloha shirt that I got for $10 from Macy's from the clearance rack, but the people that I work with so rich they don't even know what the clearance rack at Macy's look like, and I'm just glad that I was able to afford Macy's. Wow, I found this on sale. So like, wow, Ronald, you look so cute. So I just walked around with my head held high, and pretended like I could take this mask off and y'all could see this beard, bitch. I might could give y'all a little face under here to go with the outfit, but
And you went to the barbershop.
no, I have not went to a barbershop. This is a
Quarantine
virus
cut.
haircut or
Quarantine
whatever you
cut.
call it. I did it last week because I knew I was gonna get on camera this week, so I needed to look good. I'm trying to submit a video to the Noah's Ark 15-year anniversary.
That's my here for it, but okay.
Oh, okay. Well, stay tuned for more on that because I was gonna give the details, but we're gonna give details. We're coming. I did my hair last week. I was like, it gotta be cute for the video because I can't look like I did on YouTube the last time because I was a mess.
Oh,
But that was the last time I
maybe
felt like a
maybe I'm
bad
just
bitch today at work. Okay, great.
yeah. I was gonna say maybe I'm just used to you looking a mess because I was like, why is that different?
Oops, bitch, I feel cute today. Justice for me. Justice for me.
I have not felt like a bad bitch since quarantine started. Until I can get back to my eyebrow girl, and until I can get back to my barber, and to a gym. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm a bad bitch, but felt like a bad bitch. Different, very different. Um, our affirmation this week is fuck city girls.
Oh, okay. That's a party of one, girl. Look, okay. That's why it's 50% your podcast and 50% my podcast. Come on.
Fuck the city girls.
Okay, cool.
I don't care. I don't care.
Mm.
Support for this Ghetto Ass podcast comes from a couple awesome donors and from you beautiful people listening. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We see all of your comments. We see all of your tweets.
Even
All
when we
the
get comments while we're recording, Mr.
yes.
Mailman.
Um,
You know who he is.
we see it all, and we thank you for sticking with us. Make sure that you are subscribed because if you are subscribed, you will see our new episodes post when they post. Because as you can see, coronavirus changes our schedule differently now than it did pre-pandemic. If you'd like to see this podcast continue, please get over to our Patreon, and for at least $1 a month, you can contribute to keeping this podcast on air and on the necks of the oppressors and colonizers that do not talk about LGBT issues but scream that they are in solidarity. Also, if you'd like to promote your business on this wonderful platform, you can inbox us or go over to our email at hereforit podcast@gmail.com. You can be a sponsor. You can just be a regular supporter. You can be a subscriber. You can share this podcast with your internet communities, however you would like. But please make sure that you subscribe, support one of the last Black A podcasts.
There you go. And shout out to Eric. He wrote his name really weird. AIIRCKK. He just subscribed to our Patreon this month. And thank you for being the friend to the show level on Patreon. Thank you so much. Hereforitpod@gmail, or anywhere you can find us on the internet. Ronald Matters at Gmail. I'm assuming the Superman at Gmail.
Yep.
Probably everywhere. All the things. Call us, email us, send us nudes. Your nudes, other people's nudes. Send us job applications. We looking to move if the price is right.
Don't send me no news if you haven't posted them already.
Oh yeah,
and
you
got at
married.
least-
I don't know what that means.
No, I can still accept news. I share them.
Like, babe, look at this.
Yeah. But if you ain't got at least 100 likes on Twitter or somewhere, don't share them because you're wasting your time.
Oops.
Our word of the day this week, WERD,
Come on.
is Duolingus. Do you know what?
Is it like Duolingo? Like you learn Spanish in your spare time? You can do. I downloaded one where you can be a better speaker, and as you can tell, my Memphis is still present and accounted for. But I think it's like duo something like you can learn to be better. But I'm sure it's probably a bisexual joke. I mean, a bisexual reference.
No,
Duo.
it's not catered to anybody on the spectrum. Anybody can do this. The heteros can do this. Duolingus is when two people go down on one person at the same time.
Oh my gosh, that is my sexual fantasy. You know that. Why you calling me out like this? I didn't even know what the name of it was, but can we do this? Show them the picture. Baby, can we do this?
How was I supposed to know that was your sexual fantasy?
I've said it 1,000 times. I want to suck a dick with another bottom. I just want us both to be
Oh,
fixed a man, and I really want to like suck dick with another bottom. I hope my job ain't listening. Whew. I want us both to be down there, just I've got the microphone in front of me, and then like, oh girl, he enjoyed this. Spit on it, bitch, spit on it. And then I go down, yeah, oh, telling my business. Shh, I have a podcast. That's what we do when we have a podcast.
I don't do that. Now, Duolingus I have done.
The giver and or the receiver.
Both.
Oh, look at you.
Experienced fish. As the receiver, I think Duolingus is a good idea because if one person is not good, then you got the backup right
You just
there.
grab Tiffany head and just be like, Tiffany, get down here.
Yeah. Yeah. You have one person sucking
Kim,
actual dick,
move, Kim,
and
move.
the person that can't suck dick, you suck balls. Or you eat ass if you
lick the gooch.
yeah.
The little area between in the middle.
Do not die. Do not leave this planet before you have experienced somebody sucking your dick and eating your ass at the same time. Do not do it to yourself, children. Whatever. Well, listen, damn.
Adults. This is for the adults, not the children.
Well, the pandemic is fucking this up. So
the pandemic doing more fucking than we is.
When the pandemic over, I guess that's the best advice I can give because I don't want.
But Dr. Fauci got a vaccine.
Anyway, that was our word of the day. Duolingus.
From the heart.
Yeah, I'm trying to not get us canceled. Well, you can't cancel nothing that you ain't subscribed to.
Girl, we self-uploaded, girl. We self-funded, girl.
Thank you to our patrons on Patreon. Last week we took a mental health day because the world is in shambles, as y'all can see around us all. But we back again.
We keep telling y'all, look, it's gonna be some weeks we gonna be here. We keep telling y'all that.
We're back again like the gonorrhea that you thought had left you.
Mm-hmm.
Back. It itch.
Because you didn't do the full 10 days of the damn antibiotic. You did 8 days and thought you was cute.
Back again. You know what's dripping out. Yeah. So like I told my co-host earlier, there's 2 gay shows actually. Legendary is the freshest, and RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars is doing something over there. So I figured that we would definitely
tickle both.
A small review recap of the things that are gay on TV, because obviously if you are still social distancing or in quarantine, you probably are watching a lot of TV like me, and you should definitely be watching the gay shit, because we are fortunate enough to have gay shit on TV right now, because I definitely, as an old nigga, can remember times when we didn't have no gay shit on TV. So Legendary, again on HBO Max. Legendary is a ballroom show. This last episode was everything. This is what ballroom should have been looking like this whole show. I don't know why it took them 4 episodes. Is this the 4th?
I think that was the 5th. Do you remember the time? I want to say.
Yeah, it might have been the 5th episode. I don't know why it took them 5 episodes to get into like deep into voguing and deep into like what I remember as real ballroom from my days, I guess.
The gag is the category was Vogue the old way. That's why you
Oh,
like. That's why you like. That's why you liked because the category was Vogue the old way. It was specifically before 1990. Vogue the old way. You're like,
I
oh,
don't.
this the way I remember Vogue because you old.
I don't apologize for that. Uh, so there was amazing battles, which is why I like this because um, the battles up to this episode have been lackluster. I'm like, wait a minute, y'all put this on TV? Like this is the cream of the crop that's supposed to be on TV? Where's the battles? There were battles on this episode of Legendary. The thing that I won't say drag him, but I'm gonna side eye him for is we had another guest judge that I'm trying to figure out why was she here? Why was Kelly Osbourne here? Kelly Osbourne judging a ball, a ballroom ball.
They
Girl,
said that she had judged balls before. That was her when they brought her out. They said that was her relevance that she had judged them before. And I was like, well, who thought it was relevant then? Not that bio queens can't represent because they got the House of Ninja repping strong. But I mean
mm,
the ghetto,
I
and
want
even in
House.
Leon,
I really want House of Ninja to go. Sorry.
and even in Laomi's response and one of her critiques, she was like, y'all booing and I'm the only one up here. And then another point she made it stated it plain. She was like, I'm the only person qualified on this panel to be judging. She stated, I
And,
was like, why
and then
Laomi
the
have to read twice like this?
and then the camera panned over and looked at Kelly Osbourne for shade. Like, so obviously the production knows that she shouldn't be there. I just don't feel. I don't see like Kelly Osbourne is not like popular like that. Like she would draw in people to watch it. I can understand why a Megan Thee Stallion is here because
Yeah.
she's hot right now and popular and recently just got a number one. So, but the show was produced before the number one.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I can understand Megan Thee Stallion's appeal and draw. What is Kelly Osbourne? Is she doing the talk?
No, her mom is doing the talk.
Oh shit.
Vogue the old way. The old way.
She's going. Okay, so what else is she doing? What
Getting
is
on
her
our
draw?
nerves. Yours
She
and
got on
mine.
she got on my nerves. What I want to see is Twiggy Garcon.
Come on. I love Twiggy. I got 2 pictures with Twiggy on my Instagram. I love you, Twiggy.
I know that's what I'm saying. Is like
Okay.
it's people out here that do have a following that do know what they're talking about that can be sitting on these judges panels that are relevant.
Or
Like
like what's his name?
the young man last week, and he relevant where on what doing? Why are you here? The show is still good overall,
Yeah.
but those that one aspect of the show is what drives my coochie up every time.
Like I said, it's like watching Drag Race, but not for RuPaul. I said that last time. So
I'm still watching Drag Race tonight.
that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah, we'll go there real quick, and then I'm gonna move to the other piece of gay media, and then we'll go to the other stories.
Okay.
RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars happened. I think that it is interesting. What happened to Shay almost gave me a heart attack. Shea Coulee is my pick to win All Stars 5, as well as most people in the world.
Even the people competing,
Even
they
the people
know
compete.
they like we can't send Shay on. The people like we can't send Shay on. No.
Not for like a trying. Shout out to Alexis Taylor and Hayden as Mayhem Miller. Shea Coulee came out on the runway in a very campy, colorful, three-way transition piece that transitioned from caterpillar to butterfly. And what I saw the judges say to her, I was very confused about because just a few weeks ago, they were praising Crystal Method for doing the same thing.
Talk about it, bitch.
I'm just saying, like when it's a white presenting queen, she should be kooky and campy and weird. But somebody's Shay's color being campy and weird, we don't get it somehow? I'm confused.
But that's why they brought Shay there because Shay is a costumey girl. And so she was giving like the bug realness because she was presenting as a bug going transforming into a butterfly. So and then I was really confused and she was like, well girl, if that look cheap, then that's the most expensive outfit I got. So wait till they see this other shit. But the gag is when you got talent, the judges, the bitches behind the camera, the storyline producers,
As
the girls
Pimple
is
of Asia.
the girls can't deny you. The girls look, nah.
And I recently rewatched that documentary. I don't know if you've ever seen that documentary.
The second one or the first one?
The first one, it's called The Queen, which
Oh,
is it
I
was about all the white
in
queens.
1963, 68, 65, it was 1960 something.
Oh way. Um, it was back in the day, and it was surrounding the white queens, and Pepper LaBeija had her infamous behind the stage meltdown that we saw in Paris is Burning. Um, so I recently rewatched it, and I'm like, how is history still repeating itself? Why does the Black Queen have to work twice as hard to get half as much as the white queens on the show?
So are we on a riot if Shay loses? Is
I'm,
that what
I,
you're getting to? I don't know. What are you getting to?
you know what? I might be willing to protest for that. I might be willing to protest for that because who else? Who else is the winner here? I can't see them crowning someone else and me being like, I see it. I don't see it for no. And I like a lot of those girls. I like Alexis. Well, we just eliminated Mariah, so I can't say that no more.
I
Um,
heard there's a rumor that your new
Jujubee.
favorite from Las Vegas, what's her name? I like her drag, but I don't think she has the personality to be crowned an all star. The one who did drag race after she left, what her name is?
Oh, India Fair.
Yeah, I think India Fair was going to go home this week.
Oh, I don't care as long as
Oops.
it's not Shay. As
Colorful
long as it's not
commentary.
Shay.
I don't care.
I do not care if India Fair goes home. India Fair is she been in the bottom two twice, ain't giving nothing
And only one person voted for her last time. I think Mariah was the only person to vote for her.
because she could vote. She didn't want to vote for herself. So
Or
mm,
maybe Mayhem go. Mayhem can go too.
Mayhem needs to go because Mayhem was. Let's
They
move on.
she's a regional queen. Oh, somebody tried to say that Alexis Mateo's drag was regional. Well, girl, ain't Mayhem Miller's drag regional as well?
That's not even just. It's not even a region. That's just Hamburger Mary's. That's where she's from. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get
I
on
don't
all
say
that.
you gonna get us beat up out here by the Mayhem Miller fans.
You know, I'm not scared of a Mayhem Miller fan because one, it's three of them, and two, they don't have no taste, so they definitely can't fight. Um, next, a show on Netflix. Again, we have LGBT media that we could be consuming, especially if you are in quarantine or staying at home, or if you just ain't got shit else to do. Um, Disclosure was a great show and a good view into the lives and the careers of trans people in entertainment. Um, Executive produced by Laverne Cox, also starring Laverne Cox. It is a documentary esque uh, depiction, and um, it shows a lot of stuff from the old way up to the new way. Um, and I thought it was a great show. There was some points in there that I didn't agree with, but I thought it was a great show. And you also have reported it on your website, promematters.com.
Yeah, so after I watched it, I definitely felt the need to turn the computer on because people have been asking me how come I haven't blogged. I'm like, girl, I'm going through a lot emotionally right now as a black gay man film presenting. So um, just definitely when I saw Laverne Cox and other trans men and trans women, and that's what it was so beautiful about it. Everybody who was interviewed was trans, and
Everybody
so
behind
like
the camera was trans as well.
like Teak Milan and Marquise Vilson. I was like, who is Marquise Vilson? Let me
Woo!
look him up. And
When I tell you my undercarriage, wet.
I was gonna say my bussy. I don't know if that's the word. If they're gonna get me canceled, my bussy was overfloweth.
Yes.
So
And for all y'all that are new to trans men, go look at that trans man. That
yeah,
is a
Marquise
trans.
Vilson, V as in Victor, Ilson, Marquise. So I was like, yes, God, and he's been on like Law and Order. He's been on like Chicago Fire, and like it was a lot of. They have been like, so when they were talking about how the trans gender storyline was first being told like in early as silent films like back in like 1925, then I think it was like a movie called like The Murder in 1930. So even when film first began, there were trans stories being told. Trans stories did start out to be the joke. Most more than likely nowadays still is the joke, in how they are making the journey for there to be
Or
serious.
sex worker. Joke or sex worker.
Yeah, because the girl who had started on Nip Tuck, she said, "Girl, I've been a prostitute and I done died so many times." She said, "I've been a prostitute," and she said it wasn't even in the script for her to die, but when she had got on set, that's like, "But what if she dies?" And they just wrote it in the script the day up. I mean, like, girl, can we get some new storylines for trans people?
Yeah. They had everybody involved in this documentary, every trans activist that you can think of. I can't think of one that they missed. They
Yeah,
even had Carmen Carrera, and
child.
a lot of the trans girls would be like, "Girl, Carmen
Well,
Carrera cannot sit over here." I still have a I still have a special place in my heart and in my pants for Carmen Carrera, but a lot of the certain parts of the trans community do not because
She's
of the
not a
way
full
that.
Kaya, but a lot of people don't like her opinion. But her opinion don't be wrong though.
Yeah, especially when a part of the documentary again. I don't want to spoil the whole documentary. Go watch it.
Disclosure on Netflix.
Disclosure on Netflix, but there was a part of the documentary where her and Laverne Cox got Katie Couric together, which I remember when it happened one time because I'm old. But to me, I was like, that is activism. Like, why are we
Education.
still asking trans people what they genitalia look like?
Because people want to know. So
It's
as a
not
journalist, you asking.
it's not normal. It's not normal if I ask a heterosexual man how big is his dick.
First of all, child asking a heterosexual, ugh, gross.
If I
But
ask
they
a
so fascinated by us. They so fascinated by everything else. But can you be fascinated by putting a condom on? You already got 4 kids, sir. You got 5 kids. Father's Day, Christmas, and back to school. Wear your ass out.
um I can't ask a heterosexual woman if she got fat pussy lips.
Do she got beef curtains?
I
Ma'am, do
can't.
you have
I
beef curtains?
I can't ask that. So why is it okay for
Ma'am, do you
heterosexual
squirt?
people
Are
to
you a
ask?
squirter, ma'am?
Why would it be okay for heterosexual people to ask trans people what their genitalia consists of? Okay, so those are the good parts. Those are the really good parts of about disclosure. The
Yeah.
one part, um, they were talking about Medea, Shanae, Wanda, and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Men dressing
Uh,
up as women in comedy.
yes, and them being caricatures of trans people, and I couldn't quite see the point because I've never looked at those people. I've never looked at those characters as trans.
Hearing you say it, I hear the difference, but when I was watching it, I understood their point of view too. Oh wow, this weird. Okay, wow. Okay. I see it.
Because again, as a trans affirming podcast, y'all know
Yes.
we, and I'm about to get into some more trans affirming shit here in a minute. I am about trans people, but I also call them like I've seen them. I don't remember looking at Mrs. Doubtfire and seeing a trans person. I don't remember seeing Mrs. Doubtfire and like, oh, they're making fun of trans people. I'm like, no, this is clearly a heterosexual man that is trying to do his best to get close to his kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I saw, and I still have been watching Mrs. Doubtfire like recently this year, and I never looked at it as a caricature of transness or a trans person should have been in this role. This role was taken from a trans person. I just feel like it was comedy and had nothing to do with transness. And I feel the same way about Shanae, Wanda, even Medea. I dislike Medea. Can't stand Medea at all.
Don't like Medea. No.
Never thought Medea was funny, but I just never. Now, is Tyler Perry gay? Different question. Um, but I just never saw transness in those types of characters. I feel like there are other obvious characters where they are making fun of trans people, like they showed in the documentary. But those characters,
Like
I
on the
just
Jeffersons, where the husband had a man dressed up as a woman, and that was a caricature, I guess, of a.
Married with
I guess.
Children. When those, when it's just like it's a man, and he's just throwing shit on to be funny. I,
I guess they're saying that they didn't appreciate it because people in the streets they have encountered where people reference that, but I don't think it applied to you and I because we're more enlightened in seeing it as a man and a woman, a woman. But like to heterosexuals, when they attempt to be derogatory towards trans people, they make those references towards like blame it on Quay or other people who dress up as, and so they mean it to be derogatory. We don't even see it, but other people with lower IQs possibly use it against them in an attempt to be derogatory. I'm thinking that because I saw what they meant, because they would rather see images of men choosing to identify as women with wholeheartedly and not as a joke. And so for men to be putting on wigs and dresses as a joke, my life is not a joke. I'm transitioning from male to female with a purpose. I think that but I see it that way too. Don't make my life a joke.
yeah, I just don't feel like they were imitating trans people. I feel like they were
But I
imitating
don't
women.
I don't think they were too, but I think that's also because I'm more enlightened than a lot of these Memphis City School graduates.
Oh, I got into it with one of your Memphis friends the other day, but that's not here nor there.
Shout out to
Anyway,
Memphis City School.
this bitch said, "My body, my choice. I can go out without a mask, and if I'm infecting people, they'll be all right."
And Shelby County just reported 400 new cases in one day.
I couldn't believe I had fucked her back in the day. I was like, ooh, I guess I was.
Enlightenment. Look at that.
I must have been desperate to fuck this stuff, bitch. Anyway, the point that I want to get around to is I fortunately sit in a place of privilege where I can laugh at those characters and not be hurt, um, which is the problem the documentary was addressing.
Mm.
Is um, people like us can sit in a position of privilege where it wouldn't hurt. And of course, Mrs. Doubtfire is funny to us because it's not us.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what they were trying to say. Um, I wanted it to be told better, I guess. To disclose or not disclose transness. This is the other thing that the documentary obviously is about. It's called disclosure. Uh, I'm on the line with this one too,
What do you
because
mean?
so I understand that disclosing your transness uh, definitely is dangerous. Um, but I do feel like if you are courting someone for a sexual experience, regardless of what y'all getting ready to do, I do feel like there's a level of disclosure that should happen. I don't feel
Hmm.
like it should be a surprise like they talked about in the old school movie Crying Game. Um,
Okay.
and I saw Crying Game again, old, so I saw it a long time ago, and I remember it then, and I was like, oh, I knew, I damn, I guess I'm spoiling Crying Game. Crying Game been out 30 years.
I'm like, it's
If
been
y'all
out for
haven't seen
13,
Crying Game,
17 years.
no, it's been out 30 years. If y'all
Oh,
haven't seen
wow.
Crying Game, go see Crying Game. But there's a trans character in the movie, and they have an issue about disclosure. That's what I'll
Okay.
say about that subject. But the issue can only be an issue if you wait until you're about to have a sexual experience with someone and then be like, oh, by the way,
Huh?
I'm a little,
I was
I'm,
born a boy.
yeah, the gender that I was assigned at birth is not the gender that I represent today. I think that's the easiest way to say that. And the documentary was saying, no.
You gonna tell all the trans people that you have a problem with the way that they disclose? Oh wow, you're trying to get canceled. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Disclose when
I'm
you
not
think
saying
it's
I'm not saying
necessary.
that I don't know the full answer either. I'm just saying what my mind what makes sense. It just
Okay.
makes sense to me that no, you don't have to disclose to people that you're trans at work. That has nothing to do with your work.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't have to disclose to people that you're trans on a first date. No, you don't even know if you even gonna talk to this person ever again. No, you don't have to disclose you're trans um, in friendships. It doesn't matter. But if we're about to have a sexual experience before someone gets shocked, it might be a time to have a conversation.
Okay. Are you able to say that to be in a place where you can make those decisions that might be operating in a place of privilege as well? Because
Yes,
I'm not trans, so I don't know
but
when I'm
here's the
supposed to
deal:
disclose,
if
and I
you
don't know when to. I have to tell the person when I'm comfortable disclosing my transness, or have my hand on my taser in case a nigga tries something. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know. Or have
but
my knife ready, or whatever I got to do as a trans person. I don't know.
what I'm saying is being trans is dangerous regardless of disclosure.
Hmm.
So if you do disclose,
Oh, being myself is dangerous. Oh, being trans is dangerous. Oh,
it is. Oh, I'm gonna get to the next story of
oh,
why it's dangerous.
come on out.
Being trans is dangerous whether you disclose or not disclose. It's a good communication idea that okay, this is I'm in the world 2020. This shit is dangerous whether I say something or whether I don't.
Yep.
Why not? Why not put a foot forward and say and communicate before you get into a more dangerous position? Hey, listen, I think that you know, and if this, you know, changes your mind about whether you want to go forward and do this or not, that's cool.
Hmm.
If so, yeah, you can have a conversation um, that will hopefully not put you in a more dangerous situation, um, as in risk reduction, because it's risky anyway. It's risky to be trans.
Yeah.
That's the point that I'm making. It's risky to be trans right now. It's more risk in not having a conversation than having a conversation and someone being like, "Oh, no, I don't want you." Okay, fine. Somebody do want me.
Yeah. Somebody's out there.
Somebody do want me. So, disclosure, many topics,
Yeah,
many.
I'll be like, wow, we're going through it. You and I are going through it. It's a good discussion topic. It really is. So make sure you guys watch it and let us know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Like, when are you supposed to disclose? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna let trans people decide, or I don't know. Um, but also, I definitely wish somebody had compiled a list of all the films that were referenced. I probably won't watch all the ones from the 1930s, but I definitely would like to see some of those episodes of those TV shows and definitely watch some of those other movies where trans people were referenced. And that's where other trans men and trans women saw their first visions of transness and
Mhm.
what who they could identify with when they were considering making the transition. That was definitely powerful. I didn't even pay attention to that. I've been so focused on trying to get gay men on TV and then black gay men or brown gay men. I never really focused that much on trans people getting on TV. I never really thought about it.
And the other part that they also, again, I'm not spoiling. It's still a great watch. It's still stuff that we didn't talk about that's in the documentary. But the other part is obviously past TV because we got TV. We at least got
Yeah.
a little bit of representation of trans people on TV. How about movies?
Yep.
What are positive reflections of trans people in movies?
Yes.
They, they can be bankable as stars. Why why can't we get a leading role for a trans
Well,
actor
you
or
know they
actress?
campaigning for Elektra to be Storm in the X-Men. Now, I don't know
No,
if that's the move. Y'all are reaching for the stars and the thunderclouds, but I see where y'all are going. I see where y'all are going with that. Electro Abundance and Storm. Oh, I cracked myself up thinking of that.
Electra has a really good job on Pose. She's doing
She
really great
do.
act. She's doing really great
As
activism.
soon as season 3 can get back to going, I hope they get going.
Yeah, she was a really great guest judge on Legendary. She should come back and be a permanent judge on Legendary. Um, and she should headline movies. Storm and Black Panther is not it though.
But we do want to see more trans representation in movies. Just
Yes.
wow, that specific instance, it was a reach for the clouds.
So the next story, as I said, is why we're having these conversations because there has been um, three black trans women who have been killed since our last podcast.
Hmm.
We have only been missing from podcast world for 13 goddamn days, and in 13 damn days, three black trans women have been killed that we know of. I'm gonna reference two of them from this story because I think, well, they're both important, but one of their story is why I wanted to highlight this as well. It says two black trans women have been reported dead this week. Dominique Remy Fells in Philadelphia and Raya Milton of Liberty Township, Ohio.
In
Um,
Ohio, what the hell going on? Y'all supposed to be in the house in Ohio.
it's supposed to be in the house in all these goddamn states, but um, and also that's a place of privilege that I've been finding as well. People talking about, they don't have any choice but to be outside because food, work, and they can't shelter in place and can't quarantine, and so it's a privilege to be able to because some people just can't,
Amen.
and that may have been the case for some of these trans women that were killed. Maybe are they do some sex work, and girl, I can't do sex work from home. Um, in the case of Dominique was uh, dismembered and thrown into the river. Um, the other young lady uh, was shot 7 times. These are extreme crimes that showcase the level that men do not give a
Insecure
fuck about.
man.
Do not give a fuck about trans women. So they were violently murdered. Um, in one case, uh, the young lady had sex with a man, so they actually went through with sex.
Hmm.
He found out that she was trans, went through with the sex. They actually had all the sex. He left, thought about it, I guess on his car ride home or whatever, and came back to the hotel where she was and shot her 7 times because he just couldn't fathom in his head. It was just too much that he had sex with a trans woman. So that was why I was making the point I was making about disclosure um, early on, because you are in a risky environment if you are a black trans woman, regardless whether you disclose or whether you do not disclose. You're in a risky environment. You can mitigate some of those risks sometimes, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes the motherfucker was just gonna kill you, and sometimes they knew that you were trans and they was gonna kill you before they even had sex with you. Um, I wish that we did not have to report these stories of these trans women being killed. But again, as I've been saying for I don't know how many episodes now, it appears that these stories fly under the radar. Nobody talks about them. And not that Breonna Taylor is more or less important, but the same people that are hashtagging Breonna Taylor
And
and
hashtag and say her name.
say her name and all of this,
Hmm.
they don't know these trans women's names at all. They're not saying these trans women's names at all. They're not talking about the crimes that happened to them because it's just as egregious as what happened to Breonna Taylor. Um,
I definitely think
one
it.
of these young women was dismembered. That means they cut her body up and threw her body in the water. Why wouldn't black women want to champion that cause?
I think it's definitely interesting. When Kamala Harris is on the Senate floor trying to get a lynching bill, anti-lynching bill passed, and a Republican senator is holding up the vote because he thinks it's not a lynching if the heart is not pulled out. Sir, these black trans women are being lynched out here. If they don't pull the heart out, that mean they weren't lynched. Sir, they were for hundreds of years. Your people of your race have been sending postcards of black people hanging from trees and called it lynching. We didn't name it lynching, y'all did. So for these black trans, your heart ain't always pulled out. Sometimes you dismembered and threw it in the ocean, and sometimes you um shot 7 times and left in a hotel for dead and under the mattress. Girl, things be happening to these people, and just because your heart is not pulled out from your body, would that make it be? Would that make it better for you, sir? Does that help you sleep better at night? These black trans women out here literally being lynched, and it's not a hate crime. It's not a hate crime, or it's not a lynching because their heart is not pulled out. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. I don't want to. The Supreme Court did one good thing and then took one step back as well. So
Child, they
I,
playing reverse,
I,
reverse with the
I
damn rights. Skip you, reverse back to me with the damn civil rights. What the fuck?
they gave the LGBTQ um, community one right and then took the trans people's rights at the same time. So I don't want to give them any credit because you just did the bare minimum there, and you did the bare
The
minimum
semester
because
ain't over
you
for
did the
you
bare
niggas.
minimum because white gays were pushing you. You didn't give a fuck about no other spectrum, no other person on the spectrum of LGBTQ.
The other one I thought was just an executive order by Trump. I didn't see the Supreme Court made a decision. Which one are you talking about? You talking about the order
Well,
from
I'm
Trump?
talking about the government on a whole. Then, how about that? Um,
Okay.
the Supreme Court has obviously enforced the law that Amy Stevens was um, pushing for before her death that we covered here on the show for
Yeah.
equal protections for LGBT members in the workplace. So, yay, we got that.
Thank you.
Then,
We needed that.
yes, then the goddamn president, with a stroke of a pen, with his bored, ugly, stinking ass, took medical rights away from trans people. So the government is making one step forward and two steps back on LGBT issues, and it's not a focal point, but I thought it tied in with what we were already talking
Yeah.
about.
I hope the news story is picking up after that because that was low, bro.
Sorry. Okay. Well, when they go low, I'll go high. How about that? Because I got one more. Um,
Okay.
Congratulations to Richie Torres. Is the first.
Who is that?
He is the first
Google.
black Afro Latino elected to Congress. Gay black. Well, gay Afro Latino. He got so many slashes. Girl, he wanted the kids. And he Afro Latino. He's cute. He's gonna be representing the Bronx. He is replacing a pro-Trump Democrat. I'm like, sir.
How those things don't go together, Mom. Mom, you trying to make me fail the test. A pro-Trump Democrat. Mom, that don't go on the test.
A pro-Trump Democrat in New York. Anyway, so thank God for Jesus that he won. And we need more representation like him in Congress because, girl, they fucking up the thing, and I'm tired of seeing it.
Sidebar: do you know what happened with Kentucky? Because I know there was a black man running in Kentucky, and then there was the military woman who was deemed to win from the beginning. Did we get Mitch McConnell out of here? I thought
no. They just had the primary, so they're still trying to pick who's going to go up against Mitch McConnell in November.
Oh, okay. Because bitch, I thought last night was going to be it. Because I've been refreshing, but the votes were still being counted last time I checked.
Yeah, they're still trying to figure out who's going to be the one.
Who is going to run against Mitch McConnell? That's what they're picking right now. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Last but not least, in funny trans woman news, I guess I can kind of
make trans people the joke. I thought we were itching away from that.
Well, no, she made herself the joke.
Okay, what happened? Let's decide. Let's see.
Gia Gunn, had the nerve to take her ass outside of her.
Oh. It was a joke.
Outside of her court. No, it wasn't. She was really out there doing that.
Oh, hold on. Let me see which story you're telling. Okay, maybe there's multiple stories.
She took herself out of quarantine and was trying to go to a restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And the restaurant was doing all of their social distancing precautions and shit like that. And they did a temperature check. They do the forehead temperature check when you come in because, girl, if you're too hot, you can't come in here. You might be sick with the shit. So, listen, we open for business, but not for corona business.
Yeah.
Her temperature was 1 degree over the limit that they had put out, and what CDC has told people, hey, listen, anybody over, I don't know if it's 99 or 100 degrees, they can't come into establishments. She was 1 degree over. Mama had a full fit.
She went on live on Instagram, or was it Facebook? This restaurant do not eat here. Why are they doing temperature checks? And then they're talking about I need to wear a mask. This is America. I said, oh my gosh, she sounds foolish as them other. Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ. And people look to her for guidance.
She was a full Karen. If Karen could be an Asian trans woman, Gia Gunn would have been a Karen at that moment. I was like, OMG, I can't believe this was on my screen.
She was like, I have the right to get my salad. So she was trying to get a salad, baby. She was serious about her salad.
Take your ass home and call Uber Eats. What the fuck, girl? And then you're not even worried about your own health right now. How about if your temperature is this high? I should be worried. Maybe I am sick. Maybe I need to be going to go get tested.
Like, girl, let me go stop by Rite Aid or CVS or somebody, girl. Give me a little thermometer.
So bless Gia Gunn's heart. I don't know. The corona is making a lot of people's mind bad right now. And I don't know. And last but not least, Execute Ed Buck. Obviously, we went into very great detail last episode about his case. Nothing has changed. I think the girls are trying to make sure that we forget about Ed Buck and get Ed Buck out of jail and onto the city streets.
Sure, bye.
But I, like...
Huh? Use your words.
Like some of these people out here, I ain't gonna say which people, but some of these people out here go, hashtag never forget 9/11. I'm never.
Oops, you just said the people. You said you weren't gonna say the people.
I didn't say. I inferred. I inferred. So, as long as we not forgetting 9/11, let's not forget the trans people that are being killed in the streets, and let's not forget that Ed Buck and others like him need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
There is no social studies or sexual health, but I do want to remind you guys to go check out my social media profiles. I was on my friend Ian's show where we talked about am I black first or am I gay first? And there was a great conversation that was had over there. So go check it out.
Absolutely. What's the song for your song?
The song for my soul. So I've definitely been sitting in my like summer vibes. Like on the last episode, my song was Down for You by Ashanti featuring everybody else on Murder Inc. And so I definitely still been in that mode. Like what's the song? Rick Ross and Drake and Chrisette Michelle, like Aston Martin music.
Oh,
Missy Elliott.
so when I went to the grocery store, there was a white man that got out of his car and he was listening to "I'm So Hood."
I'm
You don't know
so
that?
hood.
Yeah,
That's T
yeah.
Pain. That's T Pain.
But remember how many
I would say
remixes
it was
there
like
was to that
12 people
song?
on the remix, so it depended on which
Yes.
remix you was
And
listening to.
I was stunned. Not that obviously white people can listen to
Hip
all
hop is
types
the
of
number
music,
one music genre in the world.
but I was just stunned to hear that throwback. And he was like an old white man, like in his 50s. And I was like,
He
okay.
reminded y'all if y'all know social distance, baby. He hood. Social distance is 6 feet, ma'am. You can get your carrots when I move from over here by this aisle. You can get your lettuce or whatever you need, ma'am. I'm hood. 6 feet. Wear your mask.
I
Be
believe him.
safe.
He was cranking it. I believe him. So that's in line and in the vein of your song for yourself.
um, and like more like rap songs like Missy Elliott featuring Nicole Ray. Why you all in my grill? I watched that on repeat like 10 times. That video was so good. And others rap song collaborations like Kendrick Lamar and Rihanna, Loyalty. I watched that video a couple times too. I was like, wow, I'm really feeling these rap song collaborations. But then the next song, randomly getting to the point, was Eve Tambourine. Shake it
Oh,
tambourine, go and get your simple whistle and shake it tambourine. I was like, yeah. Matter of fact, let's replay this one a few times as well. Bitch, how am I doing? So I guess maybe it was because I was in the little slow vibe, and then tambourine came on and woke me up. I was like, bitch, I'm awake now. That was the song for Miami Sizzle, 2007, and that went either before or after you Get Me Bodied on your playlist. It probably went after Get because B Day came out
you didn't
2006.
go to Miami Sizzle.
Look, I said went on your Miami Sizzle playlist.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't say my Miami Sizzle playlist.
Because that's what I was going to say. I don't know if you remember, but we used to listen to Tambourine on the way to Lorenz.
Shout out to Memphis, Lorenz Club.
All right.
But yeah, R.I.P. That was pre-Rona. But yeah, so Tambourine is the song for my soul just because the shimmy and the shake, chicken tambourine going, I was like, okay, shimmy for the girls, summer 2020. Shake off that Rona.
Also, speaking of collaborations, it's a rumor that Tony Braxton has a collaboration with Missy Elliott coming out on Friday, and I can't fucking wait.
I'm absolutely here for it.
Absolutely here for
I'm here
it.
for
The song for myself this week, since we're talking about old way,
it.
this song came out in 1999.
Yeah.
We have let this singer go, but I think she's still beautiful. She's still talented. She do got a new husband, so the husband that she was talking about when she wrote this song ain't the same one, but that's okay.
That's heterosexuality for you.
Mm, the sanctity of marriage. Um,
Oh, we're gonna get canceled.
uh, I'm sorry that your man ain't home.
Oops.
I'm sorry that yours left you alone. And she had the nerve to be throwing shade. Girl, your man about to leave you alone. Um, it's still the song for myself. It's such a shame your man is playing games. And I heard you say that men are all the same. No, 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 no. It's not the truth, girl. Cause I got proof, girl. Oh, I got proof, girl. I got a man at home.
And he's waiting on me.
Shantae's got a man at home. I gotta go home. It hurts me that your man is leaving you all alone.
It hurts me to my heart.
It hurts me that your man left you all alone as well. Shout out to Kenny Lattimore. I can't help it that your baby's dad creeping out and cheating on you, beating on you. Shantae's got a man at home, and he's sure been good to me. Shantae's got a man. 1999. I didn't realize I was gonna see that much in that because I've been listening to the old way a lot recently, but there is a little bit of hypocrisy in that.
What you mean?
Because she bragging about she got a man at home, and then she lost that man that she had at home when she had that song.
And then ended up filing a child support lawsuit against her, saying that he was an insufficient father, and he was no, or did he want? I think he wanted custody. He wanted custody or something like that.
I think it don't matter.
I'm gotta end up in the courts. I don't know.
You know what? You know what? She don't got that man no more. She don't got that man no more. So at the end of the day,
here we go.
That's the song for my soul, regardless. Hashtag go away.
All this conversation around bailouts and bail funds and all this other stuff. So I was like, well, I don't see anybody promoting the gay bail fund we should be looking at or listening to. And then I ran across the LGBT Freedom Fund. So today I'm here for it. This is my here for it. I'm here for the LGBTQ Freedom Fund. They secure the safety and liberty of immigrants by bailing them out of jail. And of course, if the regular gay people already who are citizens here in America, they'll bail you out as well if you're in harm's way. Of course, one day in jail, you can miss medication, you can lose your job, and for many of us girls, it can expose us to some bigoted harm and hate crimes down to the and girl, you just still be in the holding cell. They ain't even put you in the back yet. You already getting all this hate and shame and shade. And look now, y'all don't want to do shame and shade because I can shame you and shade you. Let me get over here in this corner in my little holding cell and the LGBTQ freedomfund.org. Hopefully Eddie Superman is on there trying to get the bailout. So yeah, so shout out to the LGBTQ Freedom Fund. And also there is a website called blackandpink.org. They have 14,000 subscribers to their newsletter, and they pair potential pen pals with queer and trans inmates. I was like, what? Tell me more about this. So you say that you're interested in being a gay person's pen pal who's locked up, and because of course we're locked up at higher rates where trans women are, especially Black trans women. I think it's the National Center for Trans Equality said trans women are twice as likely the average person to spend time behind bars and 10 times more likely to be sexually assaulted in jail or prison. So a lot going on. Getting a letter from a girl who know what you're going through, well, who can understand what it's like to be discriminated against, even in a crazy environment like being in jail. So blackandpink.org to sign up to be a pen pal for a queer person, and LGBTQ Freedom Fund. Shout out to both of those people helping the gay girls in jail and in the prisons and getting out and keeping us on meds and all that going on. We need that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, especially for people that are looking for ways to give back in times like this without leaving the house. If you still
lick a stamp, put it in the mail. And especially they have like the JPAL or it's called JPay or something like that. You can send messages to inmates and you can send money to support because of course I'm sure there's nobody putting money on my books as a queer trans person behind bars. Family probably done threw me away, which is why I probably ended up out in the streets exposed to things that put me in jail in the first place. So
yeah. I'm absolutely here for that as well. And I think that it's a really good avenue. I charge some listeners to do it and let us know that you are doing it. Don't listen to it and just be like, oh, that's a good idea, and move on. go do it. Be a part of something positive for our community, and don't just say Black Lives Matter. Actually, mean that all Black Lives matter. Um, in lighter news, what I spoiled earlier, my here for it is obviously for the Noah's Ark anniversary special.
Yay!
Pew, pew, pew. I'm so excited because I'm old and I watched it. I watched it as it came on. I know some of the new gays are just now watching it and they're like, "Oh my God, look, black representation in TV, black gay representation in TV. Ooh, look, black love." Even my husband,
I was excited to see
he
Trey when
just
Trey popped on screen and he was paired with the Butch Queen. I said yes. He know I do drag. He supports the drag, and I be get on stage with wigs with my friends. He supports that as long as I come home and got my old magazine and I get the casserole going. All right now.
and take care of this baby.
Oh.
Um, so 15 years after it began its history making and yet to be matched run on scripted television, the longest black LGBT show running ever, Noah's Ark is getting the gang back together. Announced today, the characters, well, it was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
The characters from Patrick Ian Polk's groundbreaking series are teaming up for an hour-long special and virtual reunion. So, um,
Does it
there's
say what network it's coming on?
it's gonna be on Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you got to get to Patrick Ian Polk's Facebook and YouTube, and I'm sure um, Jensen Atwood and
Noah.
you know,
Daryl Stevens.
Daryl Stevens.
Yep.
I'm sure all of them will be sharing it via their social media as well. But it's gonna be on. It's free Facebook and YouTube. I don't think that it's gonna be like an episode. I think it's just gonna be them talking about the show
And its impact.
and its impact, and where have they been since then, and stuff like that. And I'm still here for that because that conversation should be had and should be talked about. Of okay, so 15 years ago we had Noah's Ark. Why we ain't had nothing since Noah's Ark?
Yeah. Because on Logo, girl, it was like a subscription. Something you had to pay extra with your Xfinity.
Yeah,
Well, it was Time Warner back then. You had to pay extra with your Time Warner. There was an extra channel.
yeah. On Logo, and I watched Logo, so I was willing to pay. But on Logo,
Were you
it's
gay back then? Because you was heterosexual for a time. You was looking coochie for a period there.
yeah. But I was still watching gay shit. I was still jacking up the gay porn. Anyway, this is not about me. When you turn Logo on today, is white, 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 white.
And
RuPaul's Drag
reruns of
Race.
Golden Girls.
But Golden Girls is white, and I love Golden Girls. But white, 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 white. All the shows back to back, white, 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 white. Then RuPaul's Drag Race, and whether that's white or not, we can debate another day. Why? Where is the funding
Where's
or the
Noah's Creek or
push
something?
for the production? Where is the DL Chronicles Part 17? And if you don't know what the DL Chronicles are, you're young.
Do yourself a favor. The Chadwick Journals is available to stream on RonaldMatters.com, and you can also. They just got nominated for an Emmy. The lead character in the Chadwick Journals just got nominated for an Emmy. So, or he's in early consideration or something like that. They had a
For
virtual,
the Chadwick Chronicles or for something
the
else?
Chadwick Journals, not the DL Chronicles, but the Chadwick Journals, where there was a guy that was playing a therapist, and he would have people come over to his house and talk to him about he was writing a book or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So the guy who was the therapist in the Chadwick Journals, that actor is nominated for his work in that series.
So again, I'm absolutely here for it. I will be tuning in.
And I'm submitting my video, and hopefully they'll play me on the screens.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, girl. Legs crossed, fingers crossed. Chill.
And so that's what I'm here for this week. We can move into our last calls. Again, if you are new to the show, make sure that you pour yourself something alcoholic to drink. We take a shot to our last calls of the evening. Um, you are at home, so I know that you can have you a little bit of sip. So have you a
Well,
little bit.
DC is back in phase 2 of reopening, so I don't know if the girls are at home.
They need to be.
Okay, well, here's a toast. Is you got your? I don't see no drink in your hand. Okay, there you go. Drink in your hand. I got the bottle because I'm ghetto. Woo! Fireball again.
You know.
Shout out to Yonoya. They are an Atlanta based black owned CBD company by Brandy and Danielle. The company name is spelled Unoia. They have Georgia peach flavored oral drops. They use locally based honey, and they have muscle relief creams and gels for your sore muscles. Eunoia is recommended before meditation, yoga, after a workout, during a crazy ass Atlanta traffic, I'm sure, traffic jams, and other high anxiety moments. And of course, if you're about to be creative and you about to do your little podcast or your little radio show, or you about to record some music, or you about to draw, like you do a little bit of before your creative processes. So go to worldofunoya.com and check them out. And if you're in Atlanta, you can go to Virgil's Gullah Kitchen by 1 and G, and you can get your CBD products there in person. So Unoia. And shout out to Brandy and Danielle.
Shout out. That sounds perfect for me because my knees are giving out. I would like the Megan the Stallion treatment
Okay. He want a bitch like
because
the stallion with the knees. Yeah.
because baby, I dropped it low to go get some pots out of a cabinet and almost couldn't pick it back up. Very Nancy
Yeah.
Pelosi.
Pick it up slow.
And then they pop. So shit, it
You
hurt and then
scared
they
the
pop.
dog.
It's scary. Um, my last call is to the great city of Dallas, Texas, one of my previous homes. This past weekend they celebrated Juneteenth. Um, I didn't see that much drama. Hopefully, there was not much drama. Just because I didn't see it, don't mean it didn't happen. But I didn't see that much drama. I didn't see y'all fighting in the streets and carrying on and shit like that.
Hmm.
Hopefully, that was the case. Um, but Dallas, Texas, becomes the first city in the country with its own official pride flag to be flown high over the city hall every year during National Pride Month. So, at a time where we're talking about taking statues down, having real conversations
Talking
about.
about it, baby. They going in there and taking this. They're not talking about taking statues down. They're going tie the damn rope. Somebody said, "Why they tie the rope around his legs? It's not like he gonna run." It was a statue. They needed to pull, girl. They needed to pull, yanking them statues down.
Well, listen. So
Huh?
here in the north, Game of Thrones to the north, they are doing stuff like that. In Texas, baby, it's Stonewall Jackson everywhere.
Mm.
So, and if you don't know who Stonewall Jackson is, do yourself a favor and look that up and learn why Stonewall Jackson does not need to be a statue anywhere or anything should be named after Stonewall Jackson. But in a city like Dallas, I'm happy to see that um, this happened over Juneteenth, and we are hopefully as a community, as a country, tearing down stupid shit that we should not have been revering in the first place and
Hmm.
putting up stuff that brings people together. I can't think of people looking at a rainbow flag and being like, that hurts my ancestors. When I see that, that's a symbol of hate. How can you see a rainbow flag and feel hatred? Now, if y'all want to have a conversation about the the black and the brown stripe being added to the rainbow flag,
Yeah, because Philly added the black and brown stripes. They deemed it pertinence had the black and brown stripes. So
that's another conversation. And I think that that's a worthy conversation, but I think that we should also take it one step at a time and be like, okay, listen, we got a gay flag flying over um, Dallas, Texas right now. Okay, let's do this for a little bit, and then let's try and see what we can get next. So I'm absolutely here for it. Dallas, Texas, Juneteenth weekend. Y'all are my last call. I can't wait to see y'all again. Hopefully sooner than later.
that is this week's episode of Here For It podcast. Make sure you guys are going over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Here For It pod, and become a member of the Here For It Hive. There's
PICTH.
there is literally exclusive videos, especially since we're doing more video content from his house and my house due to quarantine. Y'all are getting more video content. There's definitely full episodes, like 30-minute, 45-minute episodes over there that they're getting exclusively over there, depending on the package that you get.
Look over there.
Literally look over there, patreon.com/Here For It pod. Check out our website so you can get links to our social media, which I'm about to tell you all those links again. Facebook.com/Here For It pod. I need y'all to go over there and show love to the like button over there. Twitter.com/Here For It pod. Go over there and click that blue button. And Instagram.com/Here For It pod. Look, our name is the same. What you looking for? You looking for Here For It podcast? Here For It pod. Okay, you can find us. We're there. There is HereForItLive.com, but live where? From the house.
Oh, that was a good development. So RuPaul's Drag Race is sending Work the World out. They tired of not making no money. So Work the World is coming to drive-in theaters across the country.
Oh.
So they're gonna do like a stage right in front of the drive-in theater screen, and then people can watch the drag show from their cars.
And how do I tip? I guess I just there's a bucket, and at the end of the night, how do I know that my ticket is for Shea Coulee, not for Eureka O'Hara?
Listen, and that's why I haven't watched We're Here. I'm so sorry. I want to watch We're Here so bad, but I despise Eureka O'Hara.
It is two great black queens. It's Bob the Drag Queen and Shanji, and we love Shangela. So
I do, but I know I'm gonna see Eureka and be mad, so I haven't watched it.
Yeah, so HereForItLive.com is a website, but girl, we'll tell y'all when we going live. You had better look on Patreon. And we're probably going live
on Instagram. We're going live in person, no goddamn time soon.
So yeah, my name.
Like I said on Twitter, I'm not coming out of quarantine until Barack Obama does. And Barack Obama been doing all these videos. He was looking fine the other day too. He's been doing all his video conferencing and Zooming and shit like that, trying to support Joe Biden. And that just tells me one thing: I need to stay my ass at home, because if he staying at home, I'm staying at home.
Okay. He probably had to go to a virtual graduation this year too, because I think his other baby is going to college this year.
Yeah, Michelle Obama got him at
home. My name is Ronald Matters. Follow me on the internet at Ronald Matters, and of course, RonaldMatters.com.
I am the Superman, TheeSupaman. I am still the enemy of Condola virus. The revolution will be televised. Wear your masks and take your PrEP if you still out here fucking. Bye.